Have you ever paused to ask yourself what truly defines something as alive? At first, the answer feels obvious, but the more you explore it, the more intriguing it becomes. Look around you right now. You are alive. A tree outside your window is alive. A bird flying across the sky is alive. But the chair you're sitting on isn't. Your phone isn't alive. A stone on the road isn't alive. Why? What exactly separates living things from non-living things? Today on Geraldinho Academy, we're diving deep into one of the most important concepts in all of biology and life science, life itself. By the end of this lesson, you won't just memorize facts, you'll understand what life truly means. Let's begin. Life is not defined by a single feature. There isn't one magic quality that suddenly turns matter into a living organism. Instead, life is recognized by a combination of characteristics that work together. When something possesses all these characteristics, we consider it alive. One of the most fundamental features of life is organization. Every living thing, no matter how simple or complex, is highly organized. Living organisms are made of one or more cells, and the cell is the basic unit of life. A bacterium may consist of just one cell, while a human being has trillions of cells working together, but both are alive because they are cellular in nature. Inside these cells are structures with specific roles, membranes, genetic material, energy systems, all carefully arranged. This level of organization does not happen randomly. Non-living things may have structure, but they lack the purposeful internal organization that sustains life. Another defining characteristic of life is metabolism. Metabolism refers to all the chemical reactions that occur within a living organism to keep it alive. These reactions allow organisms to build up substances they need, break down substances for energy, repair themselves, and maintain balance. When you eat food, your body doesn't just store it, it breaks it down, absorbs nutrients, produces energy, and eliminates waste. Plants, on the other hand, use sunlight to manufacture their own food through photosynthesis. Non-living things don't do this. A rock doesn't process energy. A car may use fuel, but it doesn't metabolize, it doesn't grow, repair itself naturally, or regulate its internal processes. This brings us to homeostasis, another key feature of life. Homeostasis is the ability of an organism to maintain a stable internal environment, even when the external environment changes. Your body temperature stays within a narrow range. When it's hot, you sweat. When it's cold, you shiver. Your blood sugar levels, water balance, and oxygen levels are constantly regulated without you consciously thinking about it. Living systems are always working to keep internal conditions just right. Non-living things simply respond passively to their environment, they don't regulate themselves. Another important sign of life is growth and development. Living organisms don't just increase in size randomly, they grow according to specific instructions coded in their genetic material. From a single fertilized cell, a complex organism develops through orderly stages. A seed becomes a seedling, then a mature plant. A baby grows into a child, then an adult. This growth is controlled, purposeful, and guided by DNA. A crystal may grow larger, but it doesn't develop new functions or become more complex in a biological sense. Growth alone isn't enough, biological growth is what matters. Living things also have the ability to respond to stimuli. This means they can sense and react to changes in their environment. Plants grow toward light. Your eyes blink when something comes too close. You pull your hand away from heat instantly. Even single-celled organisms can move toward nutrients or away from harmful substances. This responsiveness shows awareness at a biological level, not consciousness as humans experience it, but a built-in ability to detect and react. One of the most powerful characteristics of life is reproduction. Living organisms can produce new organisms similar to themselves. Some reproduce sexually, others asexually, but the ability to pass on genetic information is essential for life to continue. Now, It's important to understand this clearly. An individual organism doesn't stop being alive just because it cannot reproduce. But life as a system depends on reproduction. Non-living things cannot reproduce themselves using biological instructions. Closely tied to reproduction is heredity. All living things carry genetic material, DNA or RNA, that contains instructions for structure, function, and behavior. These instructions are passed from one generation to the next. This genetic continuity allows life to persist, adapt, and evolve over time. Which leads us to another defining feature of life: adaptation and evolution. Living populations change over generations in response to their environment. Traits that help organisms survive and reproduce become more common over time. This ability to adapt is not something that happens within a single lifetime but across many generations. It's why life on Earth is so diverse and why organisms are suited to their environments. Non-living things do not evolve biologically. At this point, you might be wondering about viruses. Are viruses alive? This is one of the most debated questions in science. Viruses have genetic material and can reproduce, but only inside a host cell. They lack metabolism, cannot maintain homeostasis, and are not made of cells. Because of this, many scientists classify viruses as borderline life forms, existing at the edge between living and non-living. This tells us something important: life is not always black and white. Nature is complex, and scientific definitions evolve as our understanding deepens. So, when we ask, what makes something alive? The answer is not a single trait but a network of interrelated processes: organization, metabolism, homeostasis, growth, response, reproduction, heredity, and adaptation. Life is dynamic. It is self-sustaining. It is responsive. It is structured, regulated, and purposeful at the biological level. Understanding what makes something alive doesn't just help us pass exams, it helps us understand ourselves, our environment, medicine, ecology, and even future questions about life beyond Earth. And this is exactly what Geraldinho Academy is about: not just teaching facts, but helping you understand concepts deeply, clearly, and confidently. Before we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on this. Based on everything we've explored in this lesson, where would you draw the line between living and non-living things? Do you believe viruses deserve to be called alive, or do they exist somewhere in between? And what reasons shape your view? There's no single perfect answer here. Knowledge grows through thoughtful questioning, open discussion, and diverse perspectives, so share your thoughts in the comments and be part of the conversation. If this lesson helped you see life from a deeper perspective, support Geraldinho Academy by liking this video, sharing it widely with others who value learning, and subscribing for more clear, concept-focused lessons across a wide range of academic subjects. This is Geraldinho Academy, where curiosity leads, understanding follows, and knowledge comes alive.